My Gavan and Melonine, and well met indeed. I am Arachir Galadirth, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we now continue on, quite a few weeks later, as Gundabad in the lead up to the release of version 3. Of course, this is on a older build. It is still version 3, but of course at the time that I'm playing this Gundabad campaign, Angmar was not yet set up. But that does not matter because Angmar has already been defeated. And as a little catch-up and round-up, Marauder Chief Gerzog the Merciless, with a relatively strong army, is heading over to hopefully finish off the dwarves, as we have killed a lot of their armies so far. And I feel like our army here may well have the potential to plunge deep into the heart of the dwarves and take their core regions, thus completely neutering them, which is my hope. I want to beat them quickly, because against Angmar we will also fight against them. And it's a little repetitive. Over on the eastern front, however, the Russians, the Anduin are coming through, and we need to stop them. Unfortunately, we were gearing up for war with the dwarves of Erebor, and of course we'd fought in Dane's halls. And then Anduin came out of nowhere, and now they must be taught a lesson. So an army is mustering to deal with Dunhere. But you also note, of course, Akkar has come and closing in on Mount Gundabad. But we are an end turn, so let's do that. Let me just turn my headset down. I'm hoping the dwarves will leave us alone for a little while we just enact some vengeance upon the Vale for their transgression. And again, they are attacking Gundabad. And I don't know where that other army's going. I honestly have no idea what their hope is. But of course, do remember, we border the Anduin on our southern side, and they even took Morva Tarth from us. You can see it down there as a cutout of our own domain. You'll note there's a region that they hold that used to be ours. So, unfortunately, war on the... Oh, goodness gracious, I've just seen the Dwarven army coming. Oh my god. Our eastern side is a little in trouble. So, I'm not sure what we're going to have to do here. But we're going to need to kill Dunhere so that these troops can be freed up to do something else. So we'll prepare for that.
Get ready for fight.
Ah, look. Mazok can lead, and we'll definitely beat that army then. Shadoon. Oh, we're losing money now. Gundabad's losing position. Oh, and another army's coming. Oh, gods above. Mirkwood and Lothlorien are at war. Mount Gundabad got a ballast to make it. Oh, and the Northern Dunedain are coming. It's literally going as worse as... everything's going as bad as could be. I'm thinking with this army, it's an idea to, once again, plunge right into their heart and take their two most important settlements, and that will essentially completely cut Eredluin out of the campaign. But it is a fair old walk to Thorin's halls, but I think we will go for it. Oh, we're going north now instead of south. But we'll head off that way. The dwarves may well take Gobadrine and possibly even Angsul, which doesn't even have a garrison at the moment. We will see. But for now, let's fight against Dunhere and see how we get on. So, Mazok. Oh, he ran away. No wonder, we now massively outnumber him. We'll fight, we'll kill, and then we'll head back east. If we could just at least hold for a time while our western army presses on the dwarves. But then, of course, we are the chief enemy in Eriador now, so I'm not surprised the Northern Dunedain are coming for us, because we've killed off Angmar, and they're the main threat there. Hopefully, the goblins will pick up the slack and do something, and maybe Dunland too. Here we are, we've got to climb these mountains to get them. So let's just start down here and we'll walk together. Yes, as expected, they are as high up as they can be, so we are going to need to meet them. So we shall walk over to this point. And then once we've arrived there, we'll curl around, and that's the best. Unfortunately, we're going to be fighting uphill because they're pulling back to the highest point. Quite wisely, of course, it has to be said, but it doesn't make it any less annoying. We might as well cut straight for it then. There's no reason to walk. To kind of curl around. If you can go straight through, friends. We're not going to run, though, so this one might come down to it. No, it doesn't take that long to walk, really, does it? But they really are claiming the high ground. Our cavalry is going to be next to useless, but they've got a unit of cavalry as well, which will also not bode very well. It won't fare well at all. Something I am saying it is totally redundant, really, but I try to address comments verbally rather than typing because I just get bored typing them out. And I've seen again many comments asking why the mod does not have Lord of the Rings music in it. And to you, I have to again repeat that the music you see on my channel is specifically tailored for YouTube in order to avoid the copious amounts of copyright strikes you get if you use Lord of the Rings music. The mod has Lord of the Rings music from the video games, but chiefly from the films, of course. And the mix music that I use is just music I just bashed together so that I would avoid all the strikes. And it is music from the base game, Medieval 2, music from the DLCs, so a spattering of DLC songs, and then Adrian von Ziegler music thrown in for good measure. So rest assured, your music will be from Lord of the Rings. And we get a lot of questions, like people just outright asking, like, why don't you use Lord of the Rings music? There's so much of it available. Like, this is a Lord of the Rings mod. It's like, oh, gods above. I even write in the comments, although I'm writing in the comment of a video I have found, unfortunately, is utterly useless. Despite the unbelievable popularity of YouTube even today, people seem to be blissfully unaware that you can click on a button that says show more and read the description of any video you like. Or, of course, the alternative is far more sobering in that people just don't bother reading descriptions. And I don't understand for why. If you have a question about a video, your go-to point of information should be the description first. It just baffles me how people, even now, still just ignore descriptions completely. A pet peeve of mine. We are getting shot by whatever archers they've got as our army now tries to charge up the hill. But unfortunately, I can't tell anyone where to go once we get to the top of the hill, so we're just going to have to run up. See, they're going in this weird line formation. Anyway, do it. Hit the buggers. Snow Orc Raiders, you go. No, don't take the Snow Orc Raiders, moron. Send the Snow Orc Spearmen. Get a flank on. They've got the high ground, but they've completely ignored it. I'm not entirely certain why, but is everyone kind of up the hill now?
We will smash the enemy.
No, now we've even gained the hill advantage because they've just not used it. We'll kill that cavalry unit easily. Who's that down there? Goblin infantry, slow moving. You should just have ran them. The wargs never should have even bothered coming up. We've lost unnecessary deaths. We have had deaths, and they are entirely unnecessary. Is a better way of phrasing that. It's very early in the morning, and it's a Sunday. Oh, they're already routing. Oh, this is going to be over so quickly. I thought you came to fight, Anduin. I thought you came to give a challenge. I didn't realize you were cowardly cowards from Coward Town. Of course, they are for very, very good archers, the Anduin Vale, unfortunately. And so their archers will get a lot of kills and will be shutting us down, annoyingly. No, charge in like normal people.
Only half the enemy force. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Surely that is it over, no?
We've captured the enemy's general.
I don't know what's still fighting, because they're fighting to the death, which is different.
Tail and run.
Oh, well, there we are. 303 lost still, though. That's annoying. 75, 82 Snow Orc Raiders. Raiders! Something I was thinking of doing for the top 10 video, but it already took me about 4.5 to 5 hours to record and build the bloody thing. I go a little bit slower than I could do, I suppose, but I had been quite tempted to unpack the sound files and include the raw sound bites after I named each unit. So you get to hear them say their own name, but then that would have just added an extra hour to the time. I was already done with it. But maybe I'll do that in future.
No! We destroyed the enemy!
Right, there we are. Now, Wargs, you guys go on and keep them out of the game. Thank you very much. While Mazog, you press on to Gundabad. They're going to rise up, unfortunately. They're going to attack before we can get there, but still, if we can do anything to stop them, we will.
I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
Where are Erebor getting such a phenomenally sized army from? Where are Rune? Why are Rune not pulling weight? Do something, you golden buggers. We need assistance. What turn are we? 77 now. Dorwinion probably isn't even defeated yet. Rune is nowhere near ready to deal with Erebor. Oh wow, that's interesting. They went to attack Ugla. No, I want to control that army, please. And Goldwine has actually got quite a measly and pathetic army, and he's the one attacking. Ah, brilliant. Alright, well thank you, Andwin. You've just made my life so much easier. You can always count on the AI to be utterly moronic when the time comes. And I'm grateful to them for that. Very grateful. Another little depiction of... oh, I could add the extra loading screens to this one. Loading screens are something you can add to... certainly something you can add to an ongoing campaign without any risk of it breaking. Oh, they're coming in from over there. Oh, I don't know where they're coming in from. Oh, Wargs, you're going to have to wait. And the army is miles away from the edge of the battle map, annoyingly. If you guys could run, I would appreciate that. Oh no, they're breaking up as well, and one unit's coming in from the far corner. Who is that? The Snow... Oh, those two. Right, pull the enemy right back. Move even further back. Get right in the corner. And then Mazog should hopefully then come in just as they are kind of getting to around here. And we can sideswipe them. And then those two units, unfortunately, are lost to us. But here they come. I don't want this. I would like to take down their siege quite quickly, but they're gaining on us. They're gaining on us. No. Right, bring them over towards our reinforcements as we're almost in now. Run. There we are. Hopefully, just about on to turn. Brilliant, that's one unit of siege taken out, just as our army arrives. Although that was our captain, that's probably not the one to send. Pull out before they get you. Troops are arriving now. We're just going to have to form a line and just run at them, aren't we? Why does the AI never run onto the battle map? It's so annoying. Right, Wargs, you are going to be used to stop their siege. The rest of you, sprint to form a line there. Archers take up position on that higher ground. You fellows come over on the left, will get you to flank. The Goblin Infantry are the only ones left then. The catapults are firing away. Fortunately, they are horrifically inaccurate. Fortunately for us. They do seem aware of what we're doing, though. And they're moving their army to accommodate. I don't know why they're so interested in our Wargs, though. No, they're not even, still not even on the battle map yet. Those Wargs swap positions. There we are, our lines are meeting. No, run. Oh, why are you still not on the map yet? Move, you stunted bastards. Why are you coming in diagonally? What possible reason could you have to come in like utter buffoons? Gods, these goblins have been nothing but a bane in my side since we recruited the buggers. You dare charge those veilsmen and be swift about it. Turn around. Stop. Stop. I need you to flank. The wargs are running in and out. Ah, look, we're smashing it on that left-hand side. There you are, hit those veilsmen. You're on those veilsmen. That catapult crew is next. Goblin infantry. God, they're so slow! I think we have a contender for the worst unit in the game. Also, my mouse clicking is wigging out frequently at the moment.
The battle seems to be swinging in our
There you go, look, you got some units to chase down forever.
Victory emerge.
Let's just get them out of the way. Oh, they're gonna charge you. Do what you can, you stupid morons! At least their trackers are getting killed. Our warg's there. I don't know what it is. I really do not know why. But despite the fact that wargs are actually on paper one of the best cavalry units, they just get massacred every single time they get left in melee. Now I appreciate cavalry should not be left in melee ever. I fully understand that. But there are still differing levels of how good cavalry should be if they are left in melee. And for whatever reason, wargs are the worst. No matter how we make their stats, they are just atrocious in melee. And I've never really understood what it is about it that makes it happen. Something about them being camels. The game just hates camels. That's Camelist. I mean, we are going to win. We've killed millions and we've lost hardly any. But this battle is just an absolute cluster gathering. And I hate these types of battles. I don't know who's doing what. I don't know where anyone is. And I've got to try and micro. I hate micro. That's probably something you're very well aware of by now. Even just these 2 units of wargs is totally beyond me. My patience is just not one for micro, I'm afraid. I just can't be bothered with it. I'd rather charge them in and leave them and then hope they win when I come back later. But this is over, surely. I don't actually know what units are still fighting against us. Some woodman trackers down there. Oh, there's some sellswords knocking around there.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Oh, our goblin infantry's running away. Sellswords are running away. Ah, it's over. There we go. Absolutely smashing victory, lads. Well done. 118 kills, Pale Uruks. Ah, no surprises there. And the wargs did very well, though. Always good to see everyone pulling their weight. An army of brothers rather than an army of necessity. My knowledge of the First Age, again, is poor, I'm afraid. I know that is Turin Tarumbar, and that is his sword, which I couldn't tell you the name of. And I know that, I believe, is Beleg, who is his closest friend, who he slays in a moment of madness. I don't know who that is. And I think she might be an artist's edition, because she looks like a lady. And other than his own sister, spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure he doesn't really consort or deal or treat with any women throughout the entire story. Well, certainly none that follow his little group. So I have no idea who the other one was. And there'll be many people who can tell you what his sword is called. But I always strongly defend my lack of knowledge of the First Age by saying that Tolkien's mythology and legendarium is vast. And to know and to understand everything at your fingertips would require an almost degree-level study into it. And whilst I would love to devote the time to do that, I can't. I'm busy. I don't get too much free time, and I enjoy turning my brain off and doing sod all. And as much as I love reading around Lord of the Rings, you cannot but feel that it is similar to studying any other kind of discipline, because it is so detailed. I just don't have time for that. Of course, there are those that do, and invariably, those that know every single thing about Lord of the Rings and have it completely at their fingertips. Unfortunately, also, in my experience, and I appreciate it's a generalization, but experience is experience, they tend to be horrible people. And they are the first types of people that will call out any single flaw you ever deign to suggest, or anything, any error you ever make. They're the first ones. Because, of course, they've plumbed basically a lifetime worth of research into the topic. And the only time they'll ever be able to actually get to use that to any kind of advantage is by being essentially Tolkien justice warriors on the internet. Now, I appreciate not everyone is like that, and some of them know everything and are actually very friendly, such as Ngugi, for example. But he, unfortunately, is the exception that proves the rule, not the other way round. So it's difficult. They don't... Obviously, you can enjoy Tolkien's works without knowing everything about it. And whilst I'm pretty knowledgeable on the Third Age and aspects of the Second Age, the First Age just does not interest me as much. And so I don't know everything about that. Right, you're going to have to go and take the dwarves. Let us hope our army is enough. Train anything you can train. I'd love siege equipment, but we can't get any of that. We're also still losing money. And Litesh's Warg unit. Just send those to Mount Gundabad to be more important there. Shadun is supposed to be training but can't really, so send those archers as well.
We have completed an objective.
The remnants of Angmar, all that's left of them, is just moving around stopping my vision on watchtowers. But the Eredluin do have enough of an army to come again. But I don't think they will probably take Gobadride and Angsul. Maybe we should fight them and actually just try and win. But this army is all we've got. This is it. Which is why I think it's key to try and take places rather than fighting lasting battles. Like, if we can take Thorin's Halls and Fahuzanar, they've lost their recruitment completely. They won't be able to train anything really out of Krishnaka, and Garth Helagoth will also not really be too useful to them at the moment. But maybe if we take Helagoth and sack it, let's just sack everything they've got and just spool through. So we're only a couple of turns away. Hopefully they'll follow our army and leave our regions alone. Only time will tell. And the Anduin, of course, on the southern side are now causing problems. Just as the dwarves arrive. I don't understand what Dol Guldur are doing either. Why aren't they kicking up a fuss here? The elves must be beating them. They attacked. They attacked. Gorgrum's army will lead both. You're going to have to hold the walls while the reinforcements come. This is going to be such a hard battle. Oh, I hate dwarves. There's a very real possibility as I now look over our fledgling empire that we're going to lose this. But then if I'd gone east and south first, the campaign would have had probably no challenge. Because Angmar would have obviously held on the west for many turns, probably till the 150 odd turns.
The upper hand in this battle.
And oh, they don't have any siege equipment. We're going to hold them here. I'm not bothered about the gate. I'm not even sure the towers actually fire. I'm sure they probably do though. RK is very on it. He's a good egg. Right, everyone just stand there for now. Our reinforcements will be somewhere. I mean, out in the ice fields. Oh no, they've got siege equipment. Is that the same army? It is! They've broken up their army. I didn't even know they knew how to do that. I don't think they can use the ladders or the towers though. I mean, they might be able to, I suppose. I shouldn't write them off just yet. We have the square there. Oh, excellent. You guys are up there. That's where I was going to put you. And so everyone else should be down here. Perfect. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Please tell me you can actually get involved. You can walk down the land, right? Oh, no. You can't, can you? Okay! Okay, Berserkle reinforcements don't work, and I needed them. Oh no. Come on, fellas. And right, so the garrison is all we've got. The garrison is not enough. This is not going to end well for us. We have an army of trash. Form up. No, that formation doesn't really work actually. Let's take the raiders. There's a forward line. No, can't deploy there. Can't deploy over there. Why won't you let me go over there? I know I can go over there because my troops are walking there. Oh, there we are. Look, when you just don't do them as a duo, they work fine.
The enemy are battering down the gates!
Yes, I'm sure they are. Who's that third one? Why is there a third one? Oh, your archers. Oh, I've just moved the archers, for God's sake. Oh, I'm having a bad day. Right. You guys go there. That unit is the one that we want. Go over there. Javelins. Form up behind them. Like so. Weaker units go behind them. And then the spearmen will be the last line of defense. We got 2 units of wargs.
The enemy's ram is through our gates.
That is it. The others will not be joining us. Stay in defensive mode. Archers, prepare. Fire at will. Fire when ready. Fire everything! Here they come. There's a thunderous roar beating through the heart of Berserkle. I genuinely am, in the back of my mind now, I'm looking at our situation and thinking, bugger, I'm going to lose this campaign. And I'm going to lose it fairly quickly. If this Erebor army is not checked, we're out. We are definitely out. We don't have training capacity. We don't have an army. Obviously, our army is currently having a picnic over there watching Berserkle die. You're only useful outside the settlement, so just charge something before it arrives. Head on into Erebor infantry is perhaps the worst use of wargs. Oh no, 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 stop, turn around and run away. Yes, thank goodness. I'm not bothered about the one, you can go and die. We'll send them in after the enemy has already gone in and charge into the back of them. Yes, learning I am. They're coming. Be ready. We'll hold them here on the land bridge to the fortress proper. Archers, unleash fury. Nice. Round the fire from their archers. That's frustrating. Wholly unexpected though, I suppose. Should have run our general out actually, shouldn't I? Yeah. Oh, the infantry is now chasing us. No infantry. That's not what you're to do. Have we still got that gate on the left? Let me have that unit. Let me send that unit in. They're routing. Interesting. Bugger. Don't. Oh, the javelins have thrown them all already. Have I made axe throws work in the Gundabad one? We're about to find out. Yes, thank goodness for that. Archers, target the kind of mass that's moving towards us, particularly the cavalry. Wargs, are they still coming for you? No, they've changed their mind. Can you go in now? Oh, you could actually. Can you get in that gate? I think so. We might affect a mass route if we're lucky. I mean, we're going to have to be very damned lucky, but we might. We just might. We've killed a lot more of them than them of us, but we haven't actually fought them in melee properly yet, so there's the real force. Wargs, can you get inside? Target those stonefoot spearmen, those labourers. Just target the mass as well. That's the one thing I would add to Med 2. I don't care about the unit limits, any of the hard-coded oddities and weird features. I just want an attack ground command for my archers and have them shoot a general area. That is all I want, CA. Ah, you've got to be careful now. Go on, sneak through. Ah, one of you got caught, but that's alright. Only one's fine. Come and stand over there and you can charge into the back of them. Come off a defensive mode. Go for it, lads. Give them hell. You can shoot whatever you like. Come on, Wargs. Oh, what are you doing? Completely negated their charge bonus by just walking into the enemy. It's over then. That was our only hope. Although the enemy general has fallen, they're still just ploughing into the square. That is all they care about. Although they are actually getting killed off, interestingly. I didn't think they... I thought they would make it through. We're actually doing alright. Wavering! Broken to the death! Go on, lads!
The enemy are badly bloodied.
My cynicism and negativity... My army, fortunately, does not share the same. Well done, men. Chase them down, chase them down. Are those wargs still alive?
Changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
Go, keep them routing. Make sure they don't come back. Who are you fighting against? Erebor infantry, 67 of them. I don't know what that hissing noise is. Don't forget that our archers are actually pretty damn fine units when they get down to it. You, make sure they do not come back. Come on. Where are you going? Just keep them
The battle
routing.
seems to be swinging in our favour.
Damn right it does.
Tidings does victory emerge.
There we are, a little bit of a sandwich on them. Ah, Mattox. Change the sandwich onto the Iron Hills Mattox. You guys hit those archers. We got some extra javelin troops that I've completely neglected. Come on, men, come on! Get to the town! Run, you buggers! This is perhaps, if it goes as... if it continues in this manner, this may well be my greatest victory ever. Keep chasing them down. If they turn around, I will disband your unit at the end. And it won't be a happy go back to your homes, your time in the military is over. I will murder you. You will be executed for treason if that unit turns and fights again.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Go on, squeeze them out. We've still got our other cavalry unit as well that might be able to do something. Oh, the Matoks are dying. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, we are going to win. We are actually going to win. I can't believe it. I am absolutely flabbergasted.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
We'll have to remember, though, that at the moment the map changes. I'm sure RK will be able to fix that while we're going through this period of rigorous testing. Yes! Yes! Captain Gorgum! You monster! Sign this man up. He needs to be on our front lines. 290 kills, Snow Orc Scouts. The other ones, though, only getting 193. That was a phenomenal victory, if I don't say so myself. I think if they had had a general, we absolutely would have lost that. And there is nothing to suggest that the second army that is standing by is now not going to besiege Berzical. And we're going to be in exactly the same position, but with less troops. But if we can, if they just wait, we'll find out in a second. Then we can hopefully, fingers crossed, move the army into Berzical, or even just go out and meet them on the field. No, they attack. But we can attack them, though, I suppose, and we'll get the full use. Unless they've got siege equipment, and they're going to go straight for it? No. Oh, no, and there's a general. We need to kill them before that arrives. I really do with Rune kicking up a notch now. We need someone else to attack Erebor and someone else to attack the Anduin. They're apparently their only enemies. We should never have gone for Angmar. Might have actually done something if we hadn't gone for Angmar. We are about to get an influx of cash, though, as we raid Erod Luin's lands now by trying to keep out of... Oh, they are chasing us, though. We hoped they would, and it looks like they are. They're ignoring our western side. Anduin is coming, though.
Listen up. Oh, be gone.
I don't know why I just did that. You're just going to die. That was just a waste of troops. Gundabad, are you training anything? Train things. Does Shadoon get a garrison, actually? If it gets a garrison, we might be alright. Return to training into Khazad-dum. I see that army is actually pretty good. We definitely would have won if we'd had that as well. And Captain Gorgum's in there.
I'm only here to fight the Yuggle.
I can't believe the size of the Dwarven armies. Let's have a look at the world. I don't care if I'm cheating, we're going to lose. So, the Anduin really do have no other enemy. Oh goodness, Dol are out. Dol are out. They literally only own 4 provinces. What is going on here? That means knock-on effects. Dale and Dorwinion are doing well, and no one is fighting against Rune other than Dale. So the Erebor, the dwarves have no enemy but me and Rune aren't a threat to them. So we have their full might. They have enough troops to really decimate us, even just there. The Anduin are completely unchecked. Moria are basically defeated. Goodness, everyone is doing so poorly. How has the Morannon fallen, Mord? Sauron! We have no hope here. We really do. Moria are utterly useless. They've got nothing. Dunland having at least pressed into Eriador, so they're keeping Bree busy. Enidwyth. Enemies Dunland. You stupid fools. It's us. We're the only enemy on the entire northern side. We are definitely not going to win this, friends. I am sorry to say it and to sound so negative. But our raiding on Erebor is going to come to nothing, really. I mean, granted, they do not have very many troops, and all of their army is at least centered here. We might stand some chance. But then once they fall, we've got to take on the Northern Dunedain, who are absolutely handing Moria its arse, which is frustrating. And then, of course, the Anduin are completely unchecked. Totally and Erebor, no enemies. Oh, God's sake. I'm not good enough to win that kind of battle. Anyway, for now, this is where this episode is going to end. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I should now spend the time until the next one mulling over what possible hope we have. But I should never have attacked Angmar. But then how was I to know that Dol Guldur was going to get annihilated? That's just so uncommon. Anyway, for now, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navaher and Aden Penamad Melonin, and farewell.